They left. They stayed together once again. So when they continued to stay together, a week into moving in, the war started. And at this time, the mother to this woman had to be informed. So when she intervened, she told her daughter to go home with the kids, to take them home. At that point of time, this girl is almost turning 4 years, and the other one is almost months old. So she carried these kids and took them home. Reason being, she was to start life all alone. So she took the other child home and left them there and came back. This man, realizing that he's almost losing grip of this woman, again, he came with the mask of, I have changed. Bring the other young girl to stay with her. Girl went and took her younger child, who is this gentleman's biological daughter. So they stayed together. Now it got to a point that this man was no longer doing rent. This man was no longer buying food in the house. And anytime he would come home, it was more of, who did you talk with today? Who did you smile with today? Why did you dress like that today? Why, and why? One day, situations escalated. This woman went for an event, and unfortunately she came back late because there was a traffic jam. So when she got home, this man asked, first question, where were you? This lady explained that we went to the event that I'd mentioned, the anniversary event that I'd mentioned. The man did not want to understand. According to her, this woman had gone to whore somewhere. That night, this lady was stripped naked and all her clothes burnt. She cried and she was beaten. Then, one thing led to the other. The lady said, no, my child cannot watch me go through this. She took her home and she swore never to meet this guy again. I want to quickly take you back to this lady's background, where I was bringing the concept of how shame and guilt can be considered as underlying condition, something else. And to have it that she's going back with another child from an abusive man is something else. So, what if my friends ask me, the father to my daughter, what will I say? What if the friends or what if the villagers get to know who I gave birth with? What if they get to know that I'm not married? What if? The what if question is always a number one killer. So by the time I was stepping into this house and getting these people having this conversation, and I was roped in as also an interested party because the girl is not far related from me, but also using my prowess as a counseling psychologist. I really wanted to understand why, after getting all this information, why this girl still wanted to go back to this house. I asked her, let's call her Mary. I asked Mary, why would you want to go back to sign your death warrant? Why would you want to go back to sign your death sentence? Because people who are ego-led rarely back down. When I got to understand from her who this man was, then I'll clearly tell you that this man was a control freak. Middle child, also coming from a polygamous family with a lot of violence. So trying to get to understand why she wanted to go back there, then it was upon me to be able to explain to the parents the thought process of Mary. Mary is already ashamed for having two kids. With no present father. This is what Mary said. Dorothy, I'd rather go with my kids and die in the wilderness than leave them here. The reason why again she wanted to get these children out of that place is because the level of income and the situation back at home. The thought of Mary carrying this, especially the first girl that the man openly refused to have at home, was one thing. But when I got to understand that the period that Mary was home, this man was already wooing her back. The same old tactic. He called her back, probably sent her some money. And anytime this gentleman would call, he would request to speak to the first daughter. In other words, he was winning this woman's heart. Very strategic. He was winning this woman's attention. Now it felt like this gentleman has changed. Now he loves my daughter. Now we can go back to it. That was an awful shock. The possibilities of this guy beating the mother plus the daughter are close to 99.9%. The possibilities of this guy molesting that child are close to 95%. Because the girl is already traumatized from the situations, from the feelings, from the experiences she has had with this gentleman. You are treading on a danger zone. Take care of yourself, be vigilant, be informed, and speak out to anyone, especially those that you can trust. See you on our next